This is a political moment with Jaco and Eric. I'm Jaco, that's Eric. You should say I'm Eric because I'm not going to do that ever again. So,
I'm Eric.
Just a little dry. Pick it up next time. All right, go ahead with your question, Steven.
Well, I think the biggest story of the day is the government shutdown. Do you guys want to just give us your thoughts on what that means, what you think it may lead to in the long run? Do you think this Democratic strategy is the right one?
Cool. I'll let my co-host go first.
Well, I do agree with the Democratic strategy to not cave in when we're fighting for health care, and they're like trying to blame it on giving immigrants health care, which is something that's just not happening. So, I mean, I think they should, Republicans control the White House, the Supreme Court, Senate, House of Representatives. It's all on them to, reach out and work with the other party members. So, I agree with I don't agree with the shutdown, but I agree with, not caving in.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where we are, as a society, as a country, where you can't afford to cave in anymore. Like, we've already seen the most extreme things we've seen in the past 200 days that we've ever seen probably in years or at all in this country. So, we can't back down any further as a country. Things are really bad for a lot of people. So, for me, I think if this has to happen for us to get some type of change, then whatever needs to happen needs to happen. If this is the result of that, then let it be. But people are going to be held accountable after a while. And that's why, next year is so important with midterms, because these people are going to be held accountable. And if people are really paying attention, some things should be changing. And that's what I hope for, at least. So, yeah.
And I don't remember the exact percentage of Americans, but I think it's 15 points. Most Americans agree that Republicans have caused the shut down. So,
yeah.
As you said, looking forward to the midterms. I think it's important to stand our ground right now and show that we won't roll over.
Yeah,
we probably have done in the past.
What else you got?
I would agree. I would think that as bad as shutting down the government can be for a lot of people, pressing pause on whatever we can at this point in terms of this kind of slide into totalitarianism, I think is probably a good thing. If the government is less functional at this point, that almost works to our advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, any change is good change at this point because things are pretty bad. So.
Yeah, I think the only issue with all this is the people that the government shut down will hurt the most are the ones we probably need outside, and they're stuck in a system of I can't do anything because if I do anything that's gonna mess up rent payment, grocery, and so I think it's gonna hurt for a lot of people. But I mean, at some point we're gonna have to break off, probably get organized, beyond just waiting for lawmakers to do something. Hopefully this shutdown, if it gets any worse, people start organizing. Yeah,
like I said, some got to give. So some got to give.
Do you think there's merit to letting the country feel some of the pain, as a sort of letting them feel the repercussions of their decision at the ballot box?
Yeah, I think
unfortunately,
absolutely.
People who don't deserve to suffer are going to suffer. So
yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it'll be, I don't want to say casualties, but because it's just a dark word, but it's happening because of that reason alone. You're going to get yourself in a situation where the people that supported the situation now have to reap the benefits of what's happening. So it may not always be good benefits, but you reap what you sow. That's been, that's a term that's way before my time. So yeah, you reap what you sow. That's what's happening.
It's appropriate for Sunday.
I come from a situation. I come from a situation where we were the only, and I can take credit for this because we were in politics for a solid year. Eric more than me. We were the only people to be blue in our region, out of a whole red state. I did my job.
Yeah.
I did my job. He did his job. You did your job. So I don't say we're a part of that, but unfortunately we are. We're just surrounded by people that made a different decision than we did.
And I just don't know if we need any more consequences. But if they do, let's do it.
Yeah, right.
Let them reap what they sow.
Right. I'm just being honest. That's how I feel. Like it's
just so frustrating that it can't be just the people who voted for Trump that suffer. Like not that I think anyone should suffer, but I feel like the people who chose the man and his policies when we told them what they were going to get into should feel the brunt of the repercussions of that decision, as opposed to like the hundreds of thousands of civil servants who have been laid off, or like the people who are the millions of people who are going to lose their health care.
Make no mistake, a lot of those people that voted for him are being detained.
Right, their family members,
being
people
deported,
they know,
so they're feeling it.
Their neighborhoods are being invaded.
They're feeling it, and there's a lot of people. Yeah, it's like you said, like
being invaded.
They promised a lot of things. They promised lower gas prices. They promised lower groceries, and none of that's changed. And now that's what they voted for, but they're not getting it, and they're struggling just like everybody else who didn't vote.
I mean, but you talked a lot when we worked on the campaign about Project 2025.
Yeah.
So they listed it all out, and I think they've about 70%.
They almost checked that thing off.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I tried to warn everybody, but I tried to warn everybody.
I said we did.
I tried to warn y'all. I did. I promise you.
Yeah.
I spent weeks, months trying to warn y'all based off the information I received. It wasn't just me spewing out things I didn't know. I talked to more educated people about the matters. I did my research. I talked to Congress people. I talked to new Congress people. We interviewed the Senator Rashawn Ward last episode. And, people like him, I stood on their shoulders to see further down the road. I didn't know anything, but as the election grew and we grew and things changed, we were from Joe to Kamala. Things changed for us. Like, we were a part of all of that.
Yeah,
so,
you guys had to pivot hard.
We were part of that whole roller coaster. So it was like, we know what we wanted to do from the jump, but we knew what the repercussions of the actions of what was going to happen. And we did what we could. And that's all you can do, because sometimes it's out of your control. You can only do what you can do. And I think we properly executed. I think sometimes you just fall short. It's just like sports. You're not going to win them all. Sometimes you go undefeated, but it's very rare.
It doesn't help that Donald Trump is the luckiest man on the planet.
Yeah.
It's just the luckiest man.
I don't even know if it was. hypothetically, I don't. We don't know
a lot of that too.
It's
true.
I mean, when you're rigging the game, I don't know if it's luck.
No, and coming from somebody, he's done a lot of things in business that didn't work out. Yeah. He's done a lot of things that failed, but at the same token, he's a businessman. He's originally a businessman, so all he knows is money. And I'm not saying that to defend him, because I don't care to. I'm just saying, thinking about it from because you're confused, how bad can this get? It can get bad because when it's not about people and it's about money and it's about power, it can get worse. It can always get worse. So that's what you got to think about moving forward. When you're not dealing with somebody with a political background that's interested in the best outcome for all Americans. He's only thinking about some Americans, and most of those Americans have a lot more money than the other ones.
I think he's thinking about one American, Donald Trump.
Right. Yeah. He's got a lot of things going on that we don't know about, and there's a lot of money being made that we don't know about, and we would never know about it, and that's not our fight. Our fight is to try to do what we can do so we can continue to thrive as a country, and right now we're not. I feel like we're going the absolute backwards. Right, we're going backwards. We're in reverse in the worst way.
It is very regressive. I agree.
Yeah. So
I think in support of my lucky argument, certainly there is the titanic amount of grifting that goes on and the propaganda, but I just think with the Comey letter in 2015. Or 2016, coming, I guess 2015, coming out in October or whatever it was, and getting Eileen Cannon for the documents trial, and getting Merrick Garland as the milquetoast attorney general who won't pursue what is obviously a case of treason.
Yeah.
That might have been luck.
Yeah. There was some. It
was something going on there.
Some stuff just don't make no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It is infuriating.